America, let me tell you what's happening in Mexico right now. I'm sure you guys have already seen it. I'm going to be doing a deeper dive later on this, but what's happening there and what happened there earlier today is absolutely insane. It's coming straight from the southern border, super close to San Diego, super close to California. Earlier today, on February 22nd, a Mexican cartel leader by the name of El Mencho, we mentioned him quite a bit on this channel regarding the cocaine trade and the rivals with the Sinaloa cartel. He's associated with the new Jalisco New Generation Cartel, and he was executed earlier today, and absolute chaos just erupted in Mexico. We're talking about coordinated vehicle burnings. We're talking about narco blockades. We're talking about 6 major cities, direct threats to American tourists. Let me jump into this video from Oscar Blue, and then we'll comment on it here.
Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News. As the level of violence has increased due to the confirmation of the execution of Nemesio Oseguera Diaz, better known as El Mencho, from the criminal organization of El Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación. Burning of automobiles and narco blockades have been effectively ongoing on the part of Jalisco, on the part of Vallarta, on the part of Michoacan, and right now effectively going in the city's borderlines to the United States like Tijuana. More than 6 vehicles have been burned as a message from the Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación to the population and to the government that they are completely hurt, that they are completely upset, and that the message is clear. We are not going to let the government control this criminal organization that is considered to be terrorists. Behind me, you can see the evidence of a burned vehicle that it was effectively right now burned just about an hour. Behind me, you can
I'm going to rewind that real quick. Hold on.
See, and that the message is clear. We Jalisco Nueva Generación to the population and to the government that they are completely hurt, that they are completely upset, and that the message is clear. We are not going to let the government control this criminal organization that is considered to be terrorists. Behind me, you can see the evidence of a burned vehicle that it was effectively right now burned just about an hour ago in this particular location in front of civilians and in front of a crowded neighborhood. This is how the level of violence has increased in the past incoming hours. The Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación has threatening the international airport in Jalisco, threatened also American tourists, and also they
threatened American tourists, not just threatening Mexican government, but they're threatening American tourists. They're threatening rival cartels, the Sinaloa cartel, and they're specifically threatening American citizens that are vacationing in Puerto Vallarta.
Are threatening civilians in the central parts like Michoacan, Jalisco, and Puerto Vallarta, and in cities that connect to the United States of America like Tijuana, Baja California, where this criminal organization has a lot of presence.
And here's the thing. It's not just a Mexico problem here. You know, Tijuana is literally 17 miles away from San Diego. And Oscar Blue does a great job at covering stuff on the ground. So shout out to Oscar Blue for doing this. And the cartel, obviously, they're not making empty threats. If you remember a couple months ago when they hung the banner with the names of FBI agents across the bridge.
On the ground, reporting for Real America's Voice News, where the current
So six vehicles burned in 1 hour, multiple fires happening across Puerto Vallarta in front of civilians, crowded people, all this other stuff. And here's what I'm not seeing from the mainstream media. They're calling this escalated violence, not organized terrorism, because that's what it is. The Mexico government, specifically under the leadership of Claudia Sheinbaum, has been so complacent with the cartels. Now, there's been a lot of pressure against Claudia Sheinbaum since the designation of the cartels as a terrorist organization. And this is kind of like, hey, I'm going to give you one thing, and you kind of look the other way for the other. So there have been reports, but it has not been confirmed that the United States worked with the Mexican government to take out El Mencho and his people. Let's jump into this next clip real quick.
Who is currently in Puerto Vallarta, fearing for their safety as we speak. They were rushed out of their Airbnb earlier today due to the extreme violence, witnessing buildings being torn apart and cars set on fire. They're asking not to be named tonight for their safety, but they're on the phone with us right now. I'm so grateful you're making the time to join us. Our thoughts are certainly with you. Can you tell us about what happened today? Where were you? How did this all start?
So we were in the south of Puerto Vallarta, and as you said, we were rushed out of our Airbnb. We had scheduled vans to take us to our flights all around midday, but we saw the smoke billowing in the air, and we also were rushed out by our Airbnb hosts, who said that they needed to get us out because the cartel was in the area and very active. That's all we really knew. So we were thrown onto water taxis, taken halfway towards the marina. Once we reached about halfway, they told us that the marina was actually closed, so we had to offload in a midtown area where we're still very much in the action.
You know what's wild about this? Before I let this continue to play here, so we've got the Mexican National Guard and we've got the Mexican military, and it's going to be fairly difficult to identify which is which, because the cartels. Specifically, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel they're paramilitary equipped. They have machine guns. They got anti-airstrike weapons and missiles. They barricade themselves in the mountainous terrain, and this is where El Mencho was hiding.
Oh, sorry, that is so scary. And you're just there on vacation?
Yes.
Wow, what a way for this to go. What are some of the things that you've seen on the ground, and what was going through your mind as you think that you're going to safety in this water taxi, and then you're told that it's closed, and you're right back in all of this?
It's honestly surreal. It feels like we were just thrown into a terrible movie, terrible nightmare. The bright side is it's been some optimism here. When we first arrived at the hotel, there was a lot of panic. And very quickly after we settled in our hotel, there was a fire that was ignited behind us. But locals, tourists, and staff all banded together very quickly and put out the fire before it was able to spread. It only destroyed one convenience store, but this was the case all up and down the strip that we were on. And after people banded together, also those same locals and staff were helping pass out aid, and everyone's been sharing the wealth, so to say, so that everyone's not totally without rations and everyone has something to eat.
What a situation. And it seems like, as it's playing out on the ground, you have these helpers, right? You have your Airbnb host who's saying it's time to get you out. We need to get you out now. You have the people on the ground who are trying to resist the cartel's control and put out the fires and keep all of you safe and, pass out rations, etc. Do you have the sense that, while there are good people, thank God, who are helping you on the ground right now, that the cartel really does have control of this area at this time?
It's hard to say. We were totally in the dark. I think based on the locals' attitude, the military does have control again. We've seen cars.
Here's the thing, because we've covered this quite a bit on this channel, or on the main channel, that as much as you'd like to think that the government is control, the cartel is in their pockets. And this is clear. This is clearly what happens and what you see from the response from Claudia Sheinbaum. We know what's going on there. We know that it is a corrupt narco state. It's just what it is. Just what it is. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm going to cover this in full detail on the main channel. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'll probably do a story around El Mencho. But I wanted to get this out to you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.